The Old Man in the Closet. I know everyone knows this tale of children having imaginary friends, like they'll tell you, my friend is in the closet. As an adult, you go and expect the closet. There isn't nothing there but clothes and toys. You figure they have a vivid imagination and write it off as such. But is it really that? Or you are just trying to rationalize your fears? Does this bring back childhood memories? For me, it does. I shall tell you what happened. Back in the early 70s, my parents bought a house down the street from where we used to live. Where I grew up, there are a lot of hills, and a way you build your cardio without even knowing it. My paternal great-grandmother used to live off of Rowan Avenue on Floro Drive. You turn to the right, go over 2 blocks, Micalet and Viola. I was there. My mother used to help take care of her. I joined her since I was too little to be left alone. That house had some unnerving things about it. The backyard was huge enough to build another house. There was the mystery of an abandoned chicken coop. I later found out the answer to that riddle. In the lower section of the yard, there was a huge eucalyptus tree that had fallen over. I'd climb over that thing and play with toy soldiers on it. Ever have that feeling that you're being watched? It was like that there, but it really didn't bother me. I digress. Back to the house we moved into. It is a two-story house, 2 bedrooms upstairs and 2 in the lower floor. There's only 1 bathroom for the whole house until our father put in another in the boys' room. The bedroom closest to the dining area was the one I slept in with my younger brothers. This one has a closet that feels eerie. You feel like someone is watching you and is waiting for you to fall asleep so it could come out and scare you. My 2 brothers were smaller. They didn't feel the odd vibrations of this room, but I sure did. Now, initially, we didn't know that the house was haunted by several ghosts. One being an elderly woman from the 1920s or even earlier. The other is an old man whom appears in neon green. He wears a suit with a string tie, like that from the era of the Edwardian age. Now, these two jokers like to play tricks. The old lady would throw pennies down the stairs or at you. She'd rattle the doorknobs, letting you know that the doors are not to be locked. After a while, it became reflex memory. The old man, on the other hand, would let people know he didn't like you. We had relatives staying for us for a time. The old timer didn't like her. One day she's leaving to go to work early. Mostly everyone else is sound asleep when we heard a big commotion and someone yelling. It was a relative. She said that she felt someone had pushed her. Luckily, she wasn't hurt. Here's the puzzling thing. She bent the corner of a metal armoire my dad kept where he stored his suits. How? To this day, the mark is there as a reminder of the temperamental old man. My parents loved to vacation. I don't blame them. Raising 6 kids is enough to say break time. 3 older sisters, me in the middle, 2 younger brothers. During one of our parents' vacations, they left my older sister in charge. At times, we didn't see eye to eye, but somehow we got along. One morning at about 6 o'clock, I heard someone coming down the stairs, go into the bathroom, open the door to come into our room. Well, it wasn't my sister, but the old man. He was neon green. I could make out his clothes, his facial features, slightly blurry, but his receding hairline was pronounced. He took a leisurely stroll from the bathroom to the closet door below the stairs and vanished. I yelled for my older sister. She comes downstairs. What's the problem? The old man just appeared, came through the bathroom door, and made his way to the closet, which I'm pointing to. She laughs. Stop being silly. Go back to sleep. Well, I wasn't pleased with their attitude. Typical. No one believes a kid. Well, time passes. I'm now in my late 50s when I went to visit my mom and brother before she passed. I went to use the bathroom. I locked the doors. Sure enough, the door from my old bedroom handle was rattled and rattled. Thinking that it was my brother being a joker, I opened the door and there was no one there. Reasoning he had enough time to rattle the door handle and go back to the living room. I said, real funny, brother, rattling the door. He looks at me rather puzzled. I didn't do that. Mom can't prove I was sitting with her in the living room. A our mom concurred. Son, it's the old lady telling you, welcome home. Instead of being scared, I just said, real funny, old lady. Yes, I'm glad you still remember me. Welcome home from the other side.